be discussing about the uncertainty principle. So this is also known as the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So Heisenberg discovered that the product of the position and momentum uncertainties, that is del x and del px, is greater than equal to h bar, where this h bar equal to h by 2 pi. This is a Planck constant, and the value of h equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. So these two, the product of the uncertainty of the position and the product of the uncertainty in the momentum, that is greater than equal to Planck constant, and this is a very small quantity. It is nearly equal to 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. Or this is the uncertainty along x direction. Similarly, uncertainty of the momentum, uncertainty of the position along x direction, this is uncertainty of the momentum along x direction. Similarly, if you take uncertainty in y direction, so it is del y. Similarly, corresponding to the uncertainty in the momentum in the y direction, this will be greater than equal to h. Similarly, along z direction, p is z greater than equal to h. So we have this these two variables, the position and momentum. These are known as the canonically conjugate variables. Or if we take the energy and time, these two are the canonically conjugate variables. Or if we take the this angular momentum L with angle del phi is greater than equal to h. So this is also the canonically conjugate variables. So the value of these two canonically conjugate variables cannot be simultaneously measured, so with a great accuracy for a microscopic particle. So the product of the uncertainties of these two variables, that will be greater than equal to h. So that is a purely mathematical concept, and it is as good as or it is as fundamental as wave particle duality. So in the wave so in quantum mechanics, as you know, that the microscopic particles, the motion of the microscopic particles cannot be described by equation like x equal to a sin omega t. Here the position and the velocity, it is at every instant of time, position and velocity is determined in the classically. But in quantum mechanics, the position and velocity cannot be determined. It does not allow any trajectory. So the definite path of the microscopic particles with definite velocity at every point on the path is not possible in the quantum mechanics. So let us discuss the quantum mechanics in an atomic process. So in atomic process, if we talk the this Heisenberg uncertainty principle in atomic process, then what we get in atomic process, we used to measure the energy emitted by the atom in an atom in a time interval del t. So as you know, then Heisenberg uncertainty principle, del x multiplied times del px greater than equal to h bar. Now if you multiplied this m by p del x, then p by m del px is greater than equal to h bar. So this is equal to m by p. So this is your del x by v. So this is velocity. So del x by v, this is velocity, multiplied with, that is p by m del px. If you take E equal to p square by 2m, so if you find out if you find this derivative, so del E equal to 2p del p by 2m. So 2 get cancelled, so it is P by M, so it becomes del P by that is V. This is V. So if you del x by V into this is del Px, you are getting P by M del Px, so that is equal to del E. So this is equal to del E. So here del P by M into del P, so that will be del E, which is greater than equal to H, and this is our T. So del T into del E, which is greater than equal to H bar. So we get this relation in the atomic process, that del T into del E, the uncertainty in time times the uncertainty energy is greater than equal to H. So when we find that when the atom goes to the excited state, then del E, del T, del product of this energy and time, that is equal to greater than T. So del T, the uncertainty in time, that is the localizability of the wave packet. So for a microscopic particle to have the well-defined energy state, for a microscopic particle to have the well-defined energy state, it should have the state must last for the very long time. So when you have the well-defined energy state, then time should be very long, and that is known as the stationary state. Stationary state, which we have discussed in the earlier discussion. So this is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle that is also applied. If you take atom, if you talk about energy emitted or energy absorbed by the atom, if you consider the well-defined energy state, then it requires the time should be infinite time. So therefore, that energy state of the it is the stationary energy state. But if the energy state is short-lived, energy state is short-lived, then in that case, that is said to be the excited state. This is excited state. And then what happened? That is the excited state of the atom. So when it is excited state of the atom, then energy is uncertain. When energy is uncertain, then it will jump from the higher excited state to the lower excited state. So we have made this excited state by making this the short-lived energy state. So this is and this we determine from the width of the spectral lines. Suppose it makes a transition from excited state to the lower excited state to another excited state, or excited state to the energy stationary state. So and that is known as the width of the spectral lines. And how do we determine the width of the spectral lines? Was the frequency of the radiation which is emitted when the atom goes from one excited state to the another excited state. So that is equal to del E by H. So if there is a short interval of the frequency, let us take mu plus del mu, the transition takes place to mu minus del mu. Within this frequency range, the transition takes place. So we write down the line width del mu equal to 1 by 2 pi, and this is equal to delta t. So this is how the width of the spectral line is determined by the del t. And the way that Heisenberg uncertainty principle is used in the excited state of the atom. So in the atomic process also, Heisenberg uncertainty principle it is used.